EIFS, the path of your inner birthday party. What are you talking about, Sid? What if it was a path of celebrating everything that arose in us? Like celebrating our thoughts, feelings, and sensations, which we label as parts, celebrating our parts, hearing them, seeing them, putting a spotlight on them, listening for what they want, their longings, a birthday party for our parts, a party for our parts. What's that like? What if that could be the path home, the path to this causeless, ever present peace, love, and fulfillment that we are? How do we make sense of that? It's very different than the paths that I had prior to IFS. Often the so-called spiritual paths, like what we would call them, it would be the opposite of that. It would they're often in India with Advaita Vedanta, for example. They have this word neti neti, not this, not that. There's a sense of discernment between they say our the true nature and that which arises, the weather that comes and goes, and the sense of is just like a loving indifference to everything that arises, to all of our parts, to all of the needs, any lack, any want, any resistance, just nah, not that. Unfortunately, a lot of us end up bearing that. We end up, they call it bypassing, bearing, holding it down, exiling it. And then and sometimes it works, right? We can find, oh wow, look what's here. All that's gone. I'm ignoring it. And it's like it's here. And for some of us, and ultimately it does. I mean, Advaita Vedanta is a beautiful path because from there, then everything gets to be included, right? And so it all goes to the same place. But what if we went the opposite direction? Which is effortless IFS, it's generally both. It's both it's both a celebration of our parts and hearing what they're longing for, as well as concurrently the greater and greater intimacy in and as beingness and as self. Right? But if we were to play with a particular path of this the birthday party, the inner birthday party, celebration of everything that arises within you. What's that like? Like if I was to tell you, hey, we're throwing a birthday party for you, right? Some like you probably have parts that are like, wow, I love it. Yay, we get to be seen, cared for, nurtured, appreciated, welcome. Like they're going to try to do their very best to give me, they'll find out what kind of cake I like, what I like, where I want to have it. Hey, do we want to have it in Jamaica or have it on the beach or have it in my friend who has the best house, that house that I like the most? It's like, what do we want to have in the swimming party? And it's like, but can we find that in other parts of us that are like a birthday party? Are you crazy? That's like the last thing I want to have that attention on me. And can we find the sense of a birthday party where everything is welcomed, where all of those parts are welcome? We're the ones that like, yeah, swimming party, yay, I'm being seen, I'm being loved, I'm being cared for, and anything I want, there's a sense of fulfillment. And then other aspects of us that are like, no way, I don't want that. Like they can be there too, and they get to just be in their room and they can see this and they know that there's always a welcoming here. But as we know, this beingness, this self, this openness, this yes that we are, it doesn't have an agenda. It's not like, oh, we need everything inside to like really take this in, to feel the love, the welcoming, to play, to have fun. No, it just welcomes everything just as it is. It appreciates it, it sees it. And so we have in this part's birthday party, and you probably can see it on the YouTube. We just did this beautiful group with an hour and a half group, and somehow it ended up being the theme of a part's birthday party. And that's where I was like, okay, I got to make a video on this. But what's it like if there was really a celebration of everything that arose within you? Anger, the frustration, the resistance, the I don't like this life, it's too hard, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't like those people. If all of that was being welcomed, because this is what we're speaking of with a part's birthday party, with an inner birthday party, it really celebrates everything that arises in you. And the game becomes, it's like, what is it for to these aspects of us to feel received, heard, welcome, to find a sense of okayness, to be like there's okayness being just who we are. What's that like? What is that party like we were talking in the group about different themes. Oh, different themes for the birthday party. One will be like, oh, it's a birthday party of love. It's just love. And like for some of us, some of these aspects of that's what they're all. That's all they want. Unconditional love, acceptance of what they are, just they are. And for others, it's like, all right, no interest in that. I want to be heard. It's a sense of being heard and seen. For others, there's a sense of, it goes a little deeper, like absolution, looking for absolution. This quality of our nature, this absolution, the perfection of what is, the innocence of what is. For others, it's a sense of just longing for safety. How do we give our system a sense of safety? A birthday party, to hear the longing for safety and what's most like safety that's here now. Help our parts really receive that. How's that? What arises inside of you with all of this? Can you find a fascination with what arises, the different voices that arise? Like, hey, that's a good idea, or like, hey, that's just silliness, or maybe that's not going to work for me. And just to hear the voices. Anyway, I'd love feedback. If it's like inspired to write something on the YouTube, I reply, or I think I reply to all of them, and or join us on the face. We got this quick Facebook group. I spend an hour a day with this colleague and I co-host called the IFS Non-Dual Community, or on the email, not the email, the website, the IFS, the effortlessifs.com, and you can write me from there. I love feedback. I'd love to hear what your experience is. Good to be with you. Bye.